Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
on the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield. This is Montana State Bobcat Basketball, brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality, Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
Fresh off a break from finals, Montana State basketball is back in action on a three-game, three-city road trip through Southern California and Dallas as the Bobcats try to make sure all their ducks are in a row before Big Sky play starts in just a couple of weeks. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Gillogly. Pleasure to be with you here today as we have the Montana State University Bobcats coming in at 5-5 on the season, and today they enter the Galen Center against the USC Trojans, who come in at 6-4 on the season. It's going to be a good matchup today. A couple of squads that are kind of still figuring themselves out. A lot of new transfers on both ends, particularly for USC, while for Montana State, coming off one of their best wins of the year against Kansas City last time out. Same thing for USC. They dominated Danny Sprinkle and the Washington Huskies in their last game, winning 85-61. So we'll see which of these two teams can keep things going in the right direction after kind of finally getting some things to click in their last game before the finals break. All right, we're going to hear from head coach Matt Logie in just a bit. We're also going to take a look around and check in on a lot of the Big Sky scores, some of the top 25 scores. We'll help get you ready as well for some semifinal football. We've got a lot going on. Women's hoops is making a long trip down to Florida and Puerto Rico, so it is a fun time of year, and for Montana State, it has been a fun time of year coming off, again, one of their best games of the year. So they beat Kansas City last time out at home. Remember, that was the game after the second-round playoff win in the playoffs. They won that game 74-62. Brandon Walker had one of his best performances as a Bobcat in that ball game. I mean, he was incredibly dominant, hanging 16 points on 6 of 10 shooting over 23 and a half minutes. He had that great behind-the-back dribble that led to that left-handed dunk down in the middle of the post. He was pretty darn good, one of his best games in the blue and gold. We'll see if he can keep it going here today against the USC team that doesn't have a ton in the front court. They are still trying to kind of find out how they're going to fight in that regard under Eric Musselman, who is in his first year at USC after coming over from Arkansas last year. And then, of course, Coach Calipari following Musselman at Arkansas. So that was a big part of the big the coaching swings all over the place, and we'll see how this USC Trojan team comes out. The other big interesting storyline today, a number of Southern California natives are on this roster, but Max Ogbongpolo played 3 years here at USC, so he's very familiar with the Galen Center, which opened in 2006. He played in 90 games in his 3 years for USC before he went to Wyoming and then played for Coach Sprinkle at Utah State last year, now finishing off his eligibility with Montana State and going back to his old stomping grounds here against the Trojans. We'll see how Max performs against his old team and see if the Bobcats can score their first Big Ten win in almost 100 years. Last time they beat a Big Ten squad, it was in 1930 when they beat Purdue, and Montana State now facing their third Big Ten team of the year. And they've played the other two pretty tough to this point. They opened up the season at Wisconsin, falling 79-67. That game was pretty close for most of it. There wasn't really any long, extended run where, Wisconsin totally controlled or dominated the game. They kind of slowly built out that double-digit lead. So for Montana State in that game, in a lot of ways held their own, especially considering going into that game, Wisconsin had already played once and Montana State hadn't. So Wisconsin was already a little bit more into their rhythm than Montana State had been. And then they had that great game against Northwestern on November 19th, a 72-69 loss that was right down to the wire. The Bobcats certainly had an opportunity to win that game. We'll see if they can build off that experience and those two Big Ten matchups as they head into this game against USC. Now the schedule coming up for Bobcat basketball. Obviously, USC today at Riverside coming up on the 18th, so on the Wednesday. That game tips off at 8 o'clock Mountain Time. We'll be on the air for that at 7:30, so that'll be a good ball game against UC Riverside. And then the team will go to Dallas to get ready for TCU on the following Sunday, December 22nd. That is a noon Mountain Time tip-off, which means we'll be on the air for that at 11:30 a.m. And between all of that, of course, we've got the semifinal playoff game at home at Bobcat Stadium coming up on Saturday. That'll be a 1:30 p.m. kickoff for that game against the University of South Dakota, which we can preview a little bit more when we get closer to our tip-off and continue through here today as we're getting set for the Bobcats and the Trojans, who met one time way back in the 1960s. USC won that game in 1968, an overtime affair, winning 74-68. So the second meeting ever between the Bobcats and the Trojans. The Bobcats certainly can walk into this one feeling confident as if they're going to be able to compete and potentially win this ball game against this USC squad that is still figuring it out. They only had one player back from last year's roster after the coaching change. So they are a lot of new pieces, and we're going to talk to Coach Logie about this here in a little bit, but it's kind of interesting. Coach Musselman and his staff went through a lot of the same things that Coach Logie and his staff had to go through last year. They're both hired in April. They both had about 30 days, a little less, to get their roster together, mostly through the portal, because mid-April last year, this USC team had one player on the roster. So at least at Montana State, there were a couple players on the roster who had won a championship with the Bobcats, so a little bit different for USC, a much higher hill to climb, although you do have the more resources and the name brand of the University of Southern California, although Montana State basketball is putting an imprint around the country with 3 straight Big Sky Conference championships, and they would certainly put an imprint of the Bobcat head logo across the country with a win today at the Galen Center, where they have not drawn particularly well. They are averaging about 3,600 fans per game. We are still about a half hour from tip-off. We're going to tip off about 10 minutes after the top of the hour. So, there's still time for people to fill in, but it's pretty sparse at the moment as we're just settling in. And it's actually a doubleheader. Their women's team won earlier today against Elon, one of the great women's basketball players in the country. Juju Watkins put up a big ball game as they won by over 50 points in that game. So their women's program is dialed. They have been rocking and rolling again with one of the great players in the country, while USC men's basketball is trying to gain some traction, and they certainly did in their last game against Coach Sprinkle. Great Osabor winning their first Big Ten game of the year with the win against Washington last time out. They won that game 85-61, holding Washington to just 39% from the field, while USC had their best shooting night of the year. They shot 64%, which is a far cry from the game against St. Mary's that they lost, where they only scored 36 points in the entire game. So they have had some lows in that regard, but they have had some highs as of late. They also had a healthy lead against Oregon that they let slip away here at home in their Big Ten opener this season. So they have had some moments, and we'll see. Are they going to pick up where they left off or continue the inconsistency? And you can ask the same question of Montana State as well. Will they pick up where they left off in that dominant win against Kansas City, or will they regress a little bit, where we have seen that at times this year? This is a big test, and it's going to be a big test on this entire road trip for Montana State, on the road for over a week. And they've got 3 games against 2 Power 5, Power 4 competitions. So going to be fascinating. We're going to learn a lot about the Bobcats as they head into the final turn of the non-conference season. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you the Mountain Hot Tub opposing team profile, some Kendall Ford keys to the game. We'll take a look at some other scores, and we'll talk with head coach Matt Logie. It's Montana State and USC from the Galen Center in Los Angeles coming up in just a bit. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
Back of the pregame show. We're getting set for Montana State and USC from Los Angeles today. It's the Bobcats and the Trojans for the second meeting in program history. All right, let's get to our Mountain Hot Tub opposing team profile and see why this Trojan team is going to be in hot water today. Brought to you by Mountain Hot Tub. Mountain Hot Tub is Montana's largest hot tub dealer since 1979. Your authorized hot spring spa dealer with locations in Bozeman, Butte, and Helena. This is a USC team with Eric Musselman as their head coach. His first year here, coming over from Arkansas, where he won 111 games in 5 seasons. Overall, his 10th year as a head coach. He had been at Nevada as well, and he has made a pair of Elite Eights in that decade. And he has had to put together a hodgepodge rotation, lineup, and roster coming in late into his job here at USC. But one of the guys he did bring in is a familiar name to Bobcat fans in St. Thomas, who was a great player at Northern Colorado last year after transferring from Loyola Chicago. This year, Thomas has started each of the first 10 games, averaging 8.5 points per game. Had his best contest last time out in Seattle, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He was very, very good. Remember last year he was averaging almost 20 points per game in the league and was in contention for Big Sky Player of the Year, fighting with Dylan Jones for that honor. So he's been good, and again, kind of got going here in the last ball game. But one of the things for USC is they don't really have a super true point guard. They did bring in Desmond Claude from Xavier, who was the Big East's most improved player a year ago, but he's not really a true point guard, similar to the way the Bobcats have Jade Mullins running the point for them right now. He's not really a true point guard, but a couple guys who have experience and a high basketball IQ and can kind of get it done for their respective teams. So we'll see how Claude performs in this one. They've been a little bit banged up. Terrence Williams, one of their very good players who transferred over from Michigan after last year, broke his wrist in the Oregon game 2 contests ago, so he's going to be out an extended period of time. But he's a guy who, when he gets back, will be a big piece for them. And then it'll be interesting to see what this sophomore Wesley Yates III does. He did not play at all last year at Washington due to injury. First year here at USC, and he put up career-high 19 points last time out for USC. So a good young guard who's 6'4". He's a heck of a player, and we'll see if he can get that done in this game. And again, overall for USC, it's just been wildly inconsistent on the offensive side. They went 0 for 12 from the three-point line in their loss against St. Mary's, but they went 7 of 16 last time out. So we've seen some good, we've seen some bad, and we'll see which USC team we witness today at the Galen Center in Los Angeles. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll get you some Kendall Ford keys to the game and take a look at some other scores from around the country in a bit. And, of course, head coach Matt Logie will join us before the tip-off, but first, a break. It's Montana State and USC today. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids. And adults can also be kids. And new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby, top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State Athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, mobile banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats! For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle, and a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
World-class physicians, patient care that's second to none, the most advanced technology available. With a scorecard like that, you can trust Vance Thompson Vision to provide you with the best possible options for your vision. From LASIK to cataracts to everything in between, our surgeons and their teams root for their patients with as much dedication as diehard fans do for their favorite teams. Request your laser vision consultation from the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats. Visit VanceThompsonVision.com.
Back to the pregame show, getting set for Montana State and USC today. Bobcats have been playing pretty good basketball as of late. They've won 4 of their last 5, with that lone loss being an overtime defeat against CSUN at home. We'll see if Montana State can keep things rolling as they head out on the road to take on their third Big Ten foe of the season. Getting into some of our Kendall Ford keys to the game today for Montana State. Going to need to continue to show that defensive intensity that we saw against Kansas City. The Bobcats are 5-5 this year. All 5 wins, they've held their opponents fewer than 70 points. All 5 losses, their opponents have scored 70 or more points. So that has been a very clear line of delineation. The 70 points allowed. If the Bobcats can keep this USC team under 70, they will have a great opportunity to earn their first Big Ten win in almost a century. That's going to be one of those big keys on the defensive side. And then some of the other basic keys, just make sure you're knocking down your threes to continue to defend the three-point line well. The Bobcats have been one of the best teams in the country defending the three-point line. Can't turn the ball over too many times and come out, land that first punch, and go to work. We'll see if Montana State can spring the big upset today against the Trojans. So those are our Kendall Ford keys to the game today. Our Wheat Montana weather report is notable because, well, we're in Los Angeles. It's 60 degrees out here today. It is sunny. It is warm. It is very comfortable. I will say it does get a little chilly in the mornings. Yeah, it's like 45 degrees in the mornings over here, but a lot of sunshine today and a very, very comfortable day in Southern California. We'll see if the Bobcats can make it an uncomfortable day for the Trojans at the Galen Center. All right, let's take a look at some other scores and notes around the country today. In the Big Sky, there is one other game going on, and Idaho is hosting UC San Diego. Right now, Idaho trailing 36-31. So that's the only other Big Sky game going on right now. Tomorrow, Northern Colorado hosts Air Force, and Montana is at Northern Iowa. Sac State goes to Oregon State on Tuesday. That'll be an interesting one. And then a big slate on Wednesday with Idaho at UC Davis. Weber State has a non-D1 team in Lincoln University. Idaho State has Utah Valley. Portland State goes to Pacific. And, of course, the Bobcats will be at UC Riverside on Wednesday. So that's what we've got coming up over there and throughout the rest of this week. For women's basketball, they are back in action tomorrow at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Daniel Sally will have the call at 3:45 at Florida Gulf Coast before they head out to Puerto Rico, take on Presbyterian College, and then one of the pro teams in Puerto Rico before women's hoops opens up their season at home on January 2nd against Idaho at 7 o'clock, and then on January 4th on the Saturday at 2 p.m. versus Eastern Washington, while Montana State, the men, they will be on the road to start Big Sky play. So the Bobcats right now are actually technically beginning a 5-game road trip that will lead into the opening week of Big Sky play. The Bobcats are not back home until January 9th. So Montana State men's basketball will not play at home for quite some time. And in the meantime, football will have their season ended at that point. We'll see if they have 1 or 2 games left, because in the FCS quarterfinals this last week, we saw NDSU take down Mercer at home pretty comfortably. Also, South Dakota State beat UIW at home, again, very comfortably in that game. And South Dakota defeated UC Davis 35-21 on Saturday. Aiden Bauman threw 3 touchdowns for South Dakota. The defense for South Dakota had 8 takeaways in that game, including 5 interceptions of Miles Hastings. That is a tough way to end your career for Miles Hastings into the quarterfinals, but a 5-interception game. So South Dakota is making the trip up to Bobcat Stadium next Saturday. We'll be on the call for that, starting at 12:30 for the 1:30 p.m. Kickoff in the semifinals of the Bobcats. Try to get back to the championship game for the second time in 4 years under head coach Brent Vigen, and send Tommy Millott and the senior class off right. So a lot going on there. In the top 25 matchups today, not a ton going on around the country. Only 2 top 25 games. Number 3 Iowa State beat Omaha 83-51, and number 12 Oregon, which is 9-1, beat this USC team, although they were down for a big portion of it. Oregon leading Stephen F. Austin 55-34 with 10.5 minutes to go in the second half there. Quick peek on some of the NFL scores on this Sunday. One of the premier games today, Bills and Lions. Bills are up 48-42 with 12 seconds to go in the ballgame in Detroit. So wild game over there. And I think Buffalo just took a kickoff return back for a score, and that is what gave the Bills the lead. Wild game over there. The Sunday night game tonight is Packers and Seahawks in Seattle. Some of the other NFL scores today: Broncos win their 9th game. They defeat the Colts 31-13. And actually, as I say all this, the Bills do beat the Lions today 48-42. What a ball game that was in Detroit. Steelers lost to the Eagles 27-13. So the Eagles are 12-2. Cardinals beat the Patriots 30-17. Patriots are now 3-11. Cardinals trying to hang around that NFC West. Bucks beat the Chargers 40-17. That's a huge number in LA today. Not too far from here over at SoFi Stadium. So Bucks win at 40-17. Pat Mahomes got hurt in the win for the Kansas City Chiefs, winning 21-7 in Cleveland. Bengals beat the Titans 37-27. Commanders survive in New Orleans 20-19. Jaden Daniels had another big game. Commanders are 9-5. Ravens beat the Giants 35-14 to go to 9-5. Lamar Jackson had 5 touchdown passes today. Cowboys win in Carolina 30-14. The Jets beat the Jaguars 32-25 in Jacksonville. And then the Texans defeat the Dolphins in Houston 20-12. So that's everything going around the NFL Sunday today. here. We're getting close and almost ready to go. But first, we're going to take a timeout. And when we get back, we'll have a chance to sit down with head coach Matt Logie as we prepare for the Bobcats and the Trojans from the Galen Center in Los Angeles. More coming up after this timeout. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com. From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
Back at the pregame show, we're getting set for Montana State and USC from LA today. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Matt Logie. All right, Coach, it's been about a week since the last game. How'd you guys utilize the last couple of days getting ready for this road trip?
Yeah, it was a good opportunity. Obviously, important time for our guys in final exams, and wanted to give them, the proper time and space to excel in that area, but also a good opportunity for us to spend a couple days, working on ourselves. You don't have that next opponent, right around the corner, and so it was a good opportunity for us to, focus on a couple things we wanted to improve, and then as the week went on, turn our attention to USC.
And what were some of those things you guys were really focused on trying to improve this week?
Yeah, I think on the whole, we just wanted to improve some of the defensive areas. Continue to fortify ourselves on the glass and making sure that our rebounding and defense is where it needs to be heading into conference play.
As you get ready now for this USC game, we get to see a familiar face in St. Thomas, who transferred over from Northern Colorado, coming off one of his best games last time out against Washington. Watching St. Thomas, how has he evolved? How does he compare to what he looked like at Northern Colorado last year?
Yeah, he's a guy that obviously our players and our staff are very familiar with from last season, and he's continued to get off to a pretty good start here at USC. He does a very good job playing in the mid-post area. Someone that can, really create his own shot in the mid-range, and has continued to do that here for the Trojans.
Looking at this USC team, they're under first-year head coach here, first at USC and Coach Musselman, but it did kind of seem like he was going through a lot of the things you went through last year in that kind of April window. How do you see the way he just kind of collected his guys, trying to put all these pieces together?
Yeah, obviously, nowadays when you take over a program, depending on the timing and situation, you may be faced with the opportunity to bring in a lot of guys, and I think that's the way you've got to look at it. Obviously, Coach Muss has done a fantastic job at Arkansas and at Nevada before that, utilizing the transfer portal, and they were able to hit the ground running. Obviously, when you're at a Power 5 program that has a lot of resources and tradition, you can hopefully, survive some of those experiences and create a team in your image.
And, as you're trying to create that team in your image, sometimes it's going to be a little up and down, and that's what they've been so far this year. But it seems like they're coming off one of their better games of the season last time out against Washington. What had them clicking in that last game?
Well, I think they played a real spirited game. They have a former, Washington player in the program. They have 2 assistant coaches that both played at Washington, and so I know that game meant a lot to them, and their guys, reflected that in their passion and their play. And I think that's when all of us play our best is when that urgency and that intensity is there, and so they certainly are hoping to build off that. And I think for us, same thing. We're a team that I think in very many ways hasn't played our best basketball yet, but we've shown glimpses, and those glimpses have been ripe with intensity and passion. So that's what we expect tonight.
Looking at some more of their personnel, Desmond Claude was one of the transfers from Xavier, and he's running kind of the point for them, one of their last transfers who committed. What's Claude doing to run this offense for them?
Well, he's similar to Jabe for us, has great size at the position, and he's able to utilize that against smaller defenders. We'll dribble into post-ups. He can get his shot, in ball screen situations, especially in the mid-range, and so he's somebody that probably isn't a natural point guard. He's more of a wired scorer. And so we've got to, really understand that he's coming off ball screens to score. He's playing in isolations to score, and we've got to get, really good contests on his pull-up jumpers.
Overall, are they a little similar to you guys in just in terms of that they've got a lot of different length and size and kind of some positionless guys in the middle there?
Yeah, I think both rosters are top 20 in the nation in height. I think we're 14th on average, and I think they're 20th. And so, you're going to see a lot of 6'4" to 6'8" guys out there that can dribble, pass, and shoot, and should provide a good test for us.
Overall, now your third test, against a Big Ten opponent. How much are you relying on that last experience? Is that giving these guys some more confidence walking into a matchup like this?
Well, I mean, each game is its own story. Each opponent has different strengths. I think you go to a place like Wisconsin and Northwestern, Wichita State, even those are great experiences for us to learn from and apply those lessons in the next opportunity. Each of those games had a little different lesson, but if we can learn from each of those things and come out and pay that forward tonight, then we can play good basketball.
All right, it's going to be a fun one. This begins a 3-game road trip through 2 different cities as we get set for Montana State and USC today for the second time ever in program history. Coach, appreciate the time and the insight.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
I will take a break. When we come back, we'll have our starting lineups and tip-off between the Bobcats and the Trojans from L.A. For head coach Matt Logie, this is Keaton Gillogly. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids. And adults can also be kids. And new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby, top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Bobcat fans, celebrate the blue and gold all season at the Golden Arches with McDonald's new Game Day Bundle. Score big with your crew and pick up a cheeseburger pack with 2 classic cheeseburgers, a satisfying 20-piece McNuggets, and 2 orders of the crispy medium fries you love. All for just $14.99 and only on the app. It's the guaranteed win for your home team. Must opt into rewards at participating McDonald's, valid through the 2024-25 basketball season. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Ever find holiday shopping overwhelming? We've got to figure out what they want and then find it all too. Enter Kohl's. They have the best gifts all in one spot. The toys your kids have been asking for, the silk PJs she's been eyeing, and the stylish sweater he'll love. And you can get 20% off some of your gifts during their customer appreciation event. Yep, holiday shopping at Kohl's is the move. Select styles, offers end December 15th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons do not apply to toys. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Grotto Meats, handcrafted charcuterie, fine butchery, and smoked meat sustainably sourced in Montana. 'Tis the season for entertaining friends and family, watching the Bobcats win, or sending award-winning Montana-produced charcuterie as gifts. The retail shop is located at 611 North Wallace in Bozeman, open Tuesday through Friday 11 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Also at local retailers and restaurants. Shop online at grottomeats.com, Instagram, and Facebook.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, Bobcat Basketball is brought to you by Town Pump Food Stores, proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild Series, and by First Interstate Bank, built for you. Go. Now turn it up. Turn it up. It's game time.
One-hand slam. That was a hammer. Got it to go. It's just that kind of night. Right corner three. Bang! Bang! This is the stuff that legends are made of. Gets it up for the win. Got it. Ball game over. Bobcats win. The Golden Bobcats continue their march. Montana State has done it.
We came here to win, and the best is yet to come.
Tip-off is just moments away from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
Montana State's trying to do something they haven't done in a century, and that's beat a Big Ten team, and they're trying to do it against one of the new Big Ten teams as they take on USC today on this Sunday evening. All right, before we get to our starting lineups, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
My name is Keaton Gillogly. Jesse Ropolato is back in the studios today, and we are just about ready for Bobcat basketball. Montana State and USC today live from the Galen Center in Los Angeles. They're playing the highlight video for the USC Trojans now. For Montana State, their starting lineup looks like this. Patrick McMahon, Jay Mullins, Tyler Patterson are the three in the backcourt today. And in the front court, Max Ogbongpolo and Brandon Walker. On the other side for USC, their guards, Desmond Claude, Wesley Yates getting his second start of his career. Chibuzo Agbo, one of the guards at 11.5 points per game. St. Thomas playing in the front court. We remember him from his time over in northern Colorado. And Josh Cohen, a transfer from UMass, is in the front court. So that is the starting lineup today for Montana State and USC. Interwest Moving and Storage is the official moving company of the MSU Bobcats. Montana State in their navy blues today. Montana State written in gold block letters across the chest. Gold numbers on the front and the back as well. For USC in the cardinal and gold today as we get set for Montana State and USC. Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. All right, here we go. Pretty chill crowd here today. Second game of the afternoon at the Galen Center. USC women, led by Juju Watkins, defeated Elon by over 50 points. This is an arena that was opened in 2006, so coming up on about 30 years old now. Very solid. Not too many frills. Kind of a low-leveled first lower deck. Goes up about 20 rows, has a 360 concourse. Then it's got another kind of big upper deck that goes up another 25, almost 30 rows. Big flat ceiling overhead, high-def video board just above our head with a couple of broken panels on it. They've got a big "Fight On" written in the rafters to our right that lists 136 national champions across all sports and all programs. Eric Musselman in his first year as head coach at USC. They've handed out ugly Christmas sweaters that say Muscle Bus, a play on Eric Musselman's name. It's got a big red school bus on the front of it, and it's all that cardinal and gold. So a bunch of the student section, which is to our right, draped in the ugly sweaters. All right, we're ready to go. The ball is tossed in the air, and the tip is won by the USC Trojans, and we are underway from L.A. USC with a basketball to start it to our right. St. Thomas slings it up to the top for Claude. He works his way over to the right wing, crosses over into the paint, adjusts in the air, and finishes with the left hand. Tough finish by Desmond Claude, getting around the defense of Brandon Walker. The Bobcats trail 2-0 in the first 30 seconds. MSU with the basketball now. Brandon Walker crossing over, takes it into the paint, and draws the foul. They give it to Josh Cohen, who is there on the defense, going one-on-one with Brandon Walker. Montana State will inbound underneath their own basket. Mullins looking to get it in, and a timeout called by Montana State. The Bobcats just couldn't quite get it in. They're going to use a 30-second timeout here as they had some trouble getting that pass in down to the baseline. So already a timeout on the first possession of the game for the Bobcats offensively. And they'll try to get back on track here. Trailing 2-0. 19 minutes, 28 seconds to go in the first half. Just settling in. Got the band to our right. And yeah, not a huge crowd. They've only averaged about 3,600 per game here. So it's not a really electric atmosphere. Haven't really seen a massive atmosphere at any of the Big Ten schools. The inbound pass goes to Brandon Walker, hands it off to Jade Mullins. Back to Walker out on the left wing. Walker slings into the right corner for Pat McMahon. Dribbles to his left and gives it to Ogbong Polo. Back to Walker beyond the arc, 7 to shoot. Walker backing it into the mid-post. He gets swarmed, lays it up, left it short of the right block. Fight for the rebound, and St. Thomas comes away with it. USC lobs into the post. Cohen makes the catch, guarded by Patterson on the right block. Here's the double team, and he has to pass out of it. Ball rotated around into the left corner. Ogbo with a three, and it's good. Ogbo pours it in. That's a big sign for USC, which has been hot and cold for the three-point line this year. They start with a shot from the left corner by Ogbo. Montana State with the ball down 5-0. First 80 seconds of the game. Ogbong Polo a drive and a kick. Patterson dribbling along the perimeter out on the left wing. Turns to the top, pulls up at the elbow. Fall-away jumper. No, off the inside of the iron. Coach Logie clapping along with it, though. He did like the shot selection. USC with the basketball. Claude working his way into the post. Had it taken away, and a foul on USC. Brandon Walker went down hard. Claude, after having it stolen out of his hands, commits the foul. Montana State will inbound and go the length of the floor, trailing 5-0, looking for their first bucket of the day. 18:20 to go, first half. Bobcats with the ball. Jay Mullins takes it to the top. He holds, slings to the left wing to Patterson, back to Mullins. Takes it to the right wing. Mullins up to Walker. Holds the dribble. Takes it down near the left baseline. Back and down. One-on-one. Spins to the right shoulder. Gets inside and lays it in with the left hand on the left side. Brandon Walker with his first 2 points today. Bobcats take the lid off the bucket and trail 5-2. 17:50 to go. We're in the first half. Yates hands it off at the top for Claude. He moves right to the wing. Claude slings back to Yates at the top. 10 to shoot. Yates a lefty dribble, pulls up at the elbow. The runner is up and good. Wesley Yates, the sophomore from Texas, coming off a career-high 19 points. Just a little running push shot, and he pours it in. Bobcats with the ball, down 7-2, 17-20 to go first half. Walker crossing over into the lane, spins and kicks. McMahon in the right corner, back to Walker on the repost right baseline. Trying to back it down, 10 to shoot, down to the right block. Spins left shoulder, pivoting, goes up, blocked from behind and out of bounds. Staying with Montana State. Abo came in, he was hunting, waiting in the weeds, and leapt up and swatted it away. Decent contingent of Bobcat fans here, a handful, 4 or 5 rows on the far side. Family section just backing over our right shoulder. And even our football sideline analyst Dan Davies is here. Now a steal, USC has it. Bobcats nearly take it away, but St. Thomas comes out of the traffic with it, and Thomas draws a foul on the floor. Pat McMahon picks up his first foul. It was on the floor, so USC will inbound. 7-2 USC, 17 minutes to go first half. Claude to inbound, looking. Bounce down to Yates, makes a tough catch, floats it up, no good off the glass, fight for the rebound, and it's out of bounds, USC ball. Brandon Walker was fighting for the rebound, but as he touched the basketball, his foot was on the baseline, so it will be USC basketball. Good hustle. It's actually kind of a couple of Bobcats fighting for the ball amongst themselves. USC to inbound. Still looking. They get it down to the left baseline for Abo. Spins. Fall away Jay from 15 out. No good. Rebound tipped out. The Bobcats have it. Cats down 5 with the ball. 16:45 to go first half. Ogbong Polo crossing over. Works his way inside and kicks it out to Brandon Walker. Walker to the right elbow. Crosses over. Down the left block. Goes up. Can't finish with the left hand. Too strong off the glass. USC has the rebound. Good handles. Couldn't finish. Abo driving a kick out to the left wing. Here's a three. No, he fakes it. Now drives in. Claw with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Walker, the defense, tips the rebound out to Max Ogbong-Polo, the former USC Trojan in his own right. Bobcats with the ball, down 5. 16-10 to go first half. Jay Mullins directs the offense with a lefty dribble. Takes it to the elbow. Now pulls it back out to the left wing. Tries a 3. No good. Swirls off. USC with a rebound. Bobcats 1 of 6 to start from the field. USC with the ball. St. Thomas with the dribble, works his way to the mid-post, stops, pivots, he's in the paint, steps in, goes up, lays it, no. Offensive board, putback, yes. Josh Cohen got it to go, good initial defense. 15:40 to go, first half, Bobcats down 9-2. Jay Mullins has it at the top, bounce to the left wing for Brandon Walker. Out to Patterson, right wing, back to Walker, he's tired now. Handoff for Mullins, coming off a screen, gets into the mid-post, pivoting, kicks it back out. Walker dribbles right, 10 to shoot. Walker to the right block, 8, backing down 7. Walker into traffic, throws it out. It's picked off by St. Thomas. He's running the other way in transition to the rack with a 2-hand slam. St. Thomas had a couple of big games against Montana State last year, including a 27-point game in a loss in Bozeman. The last Big Sky season. Out to the top, Patterson. His topside 3. That's no good. Rebound USC, and the Bobcats 1 of 7 from the field to start the evening. Claude to the right elbow, looking for the post, doesn't have it, pivoting, still looking, and has to fire over to the left wing, into the left corner now. Here's a 3. Abo got it to go. And a timeout called by the Bobcats. Quick punch by USC. Bobcats ice cold to start the night, 1 of 7 from the field. Let's take a break. 14 minutes, 41 seconds to go in the first half. Montana State trailing USC 14-2. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Head on down to Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Shad starting on January 7th, Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. We'll talk to head coach Matt Logie and Tricia Binford about both men's and women's basketball. We'll have that rolling every Tuesday of the conference season, again starting on January 7th, which would be the day after the FCS championship game, which, of course, we're all hoping the Bobcats are busy for, and down in Frisco. 14 minutes, 41 seconds to go, first half. Bobcats an ice-cold start from the field. They're 1 of 7, and trailing 14-2. Wholesale changes here. 3 new Bobcats on the floor with Bryce Zephyr, Brian Garacki, B.J. Cawley, Pat McMahon, and Max Ogmong-Polo onto the floor. AG checks in now for USC in the front court. So USC goes just a little bit bigger here. He replaces Cohen. Montana State takes the ball up the floor from right to left. Out to the top for Garacki. Slings it around to Pat McMahon. Into the right corner for Zephyr. He drives the right baseline. Nowhere to go. Kicks it out. McMahon on the right wing. Back to Zephyr beyond the arc. 10 to shoot. Down to Cawley. Right baseline. 8. Out to Ogmong-Polo. 7. To Garacki left wing. 5. Garacki with the dribble, 3. Garacki to the elbow, 2. Gets inside and blocked. And a shot clock violation. The USC defense has been stifling so far. They allow 71 points per game, so teams have gotten them. But the Bobcats right now 1 of 8. Just not getting anything on the offensive side right now. USC with the ball. Desmond Claude takes it into the front court, the 6'6" point guard. Claude throws to Yates, the sophomore out of Texas. Has the dribble on the right wing, takes it to the top. Yates breaking it down into the lane, gets inside and blocked. B.J. Cawley got it, and it's tipped out of bounds, staying with USC. B.J. Cawley, a big block. That was a nice play. 5th block of the year for Cawley. 1 behind Ogmong-Polo for the team lead. Inbounds on the left sideline for USC. Thrown up to the top for Claude. He takes it down to the mid-post, turns, pivots, puts up a contested shot, and got it to go. Tough finish by Desmond Claude, who has 4 points. The Bobcats trail 16-2 with 13 and a half minutes to go first half. Zephyr turns the corner down to the left block, runs into a double team. His pass is tipped and stolen. Another steal for USC. Trojans from left to right. Noling hands it off out of the left wing. Claude slings to Yates right wing. He puts up a 3. That's no good. Fight for the rebound. Won by Abo, and he lays it in. Or excuse me, AG rather. AG with the offensive board and the putback. Cats down 18-2 with 13:05 to go in the first half. And now it's tipped but recovered by Pat McMahon. Out to Ogmong-Polo and around to Zephyr. Give it to Cawley beyond the arc. Hand off Ogmong-Polo. Steps to his left. Tries the 3 and reins it in. Much needed from the former USC Trojan, Max Ogmong-Polo. And that is the 2nd bucket of the day for Montana State. They're 2 of 9. USC with the ball. They've got a foul out high called on Bryce Zephyr for the body check. Sam Lekalot checks in. Pat McMahon takes a seat. Lekalot wearing number 15 today. He ripped his number 25 jersey when we were at Omaha. So Lekalot gets in for the first time today. 12:38 to go. First half. Bobcats down 18-5. Trojans with the ball. Claude up at the top. Fires it into the baseline, or right post mid-side. Turn, righty hook. And AG able to finish it off with a little baby hook. 20-5, USC rolling. 12:20 to go first half. Cauley has it at the top. Takes it to the right wing. Gives back to Garacki. On the drive, down to the right baseline, pivoting. Slings it out, and his pass is picked off over on the left side. USC comes the other way. Claude to Noling. Down to the right block. Back up to the top. Abo, right corner three. No good. Fight for the rebound. Tipped out of bounds. Staying here with USC. Bad start for the Cats. They're down 20-5 against the Trojans with 11:54 to go in the first half. We'll take a break. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at Qdoba.com or in the app.
The Bozeman Come On In Hotel and Suites, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. The MSU Montana State Alumni Association. The Come On In allows you to escape the ordinary while enjoying their numerous hotel and guest room amenities. Visit ComeOnIn.com to book your stay today. All right, Bobcats looking for some traction here. They trail USC 20-5. 11:54 to go in the first half. This has been the most lopsided stretch for the Bobcats at the hands of a Big Ten team in any of their three matchups with Big Ten opponents. 2 of 9 from the field for Montana State. They've been out-rebounded 10-3. This is not what the Bobcats were looking for. They have turned the ball over 5 times already. And right now at this point, you just need to get some sort of rhythm. USC has the basketball. They'll inbound down on their own baseline. And St. Thomas will have the honors. St. Thomas, in transferring from Northern Colorado last year, averaging 8.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game. All right, here we go. St. Thomas gets the basketball from the official down the baseline, and he will inbound on the Trojan side. Into the left corner, down to the baseline, back out to the left wing for Thomas. Dribbles into the corner and throws it back up to the top. Agee going to the rack, deterred, and a foul. Cauley and Lecolot were there. Lecolot seemed pretty straight up, but still didn't keep him from picking up the foul. First foul on Sam Lecolot. So that'll send AG to the line. The Chicago, Illinois native. First free throw is good. He hasn't scored a ton. AG's been battling some back spasms. Did play last game, did not play in the Oregon game. Next free throw is good. But he did have a very good ball game, one of his best ball games of the year last time out. Montana State now with the basketball down 22-5, 11:35 to go first half. Garacki trying to penetrate, spins the free throw line. His jumper is short, and USC has the rebound. Trojans from left to right. Into the lane, kicked out to the left corner. Rotated to Thomas at the top. Over to Yates on the right wing. Down to the right baseline. AG looking for room, nowhere to go, kicks it back out. Claude crossing over, curls to the free throw line, lob into the post. AG makes a contested catch, one dribble up and draws the foul. Pump fake had B.J. Cawley coming down on top of him. So B.J. Cawley picks up his first foul. And AG will go back to the line. See every pulse-pounding, buzzer-beating play in astounding detail with patient experience. It's second to none. Experienced doctors and advanced technology. Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats, is your home for laser vision correction. Learn more at VanceThompsonVision.com. First free throw is good for AG. He's having a big game to start. Ogbong Polo takes a seat. Jed Miller, Southern California native, into the ball game. AG's second is through. AG having a big start to the game with 8 points. Montana State down 24-5. They're just 2 of 10 from the field. 11 minutes to go in the first half. Zephyr into the paint. Swarm kicks it out. Tough pass. Miller saves it on the left sideline to Lekalot. Bounce to Cawley on the right wing. Cawley works his way down low and draws the foul on the drive. It was on the floor. Matt Noling picks up his first foul. Clark Slackert into the game. Missed the last couple due to being in concussion protocol. Montana State inbounds it to Cawley, who gives it back to Jed Miller. Back into Cawley, makes the contested catch and got it stripped off of his leg out of bounds. And it's USC basketball. St. Thomas came in. Looked like Cawley was going to have a clean path to the rim for a dunk. And Thomas stripped it out of his hands. It bounced off the legs of Cawley. And the Bobcats turn the ball over again. They're 6th of the day. Montana State working on it defensively. Thomas with a jumper. That's no good. Zephyr with a rebound. Bobcats pushing from right to left. Fires it into the post. Cawley makes a contested catch. Lays it up. No! Bounced off the inside of the iron. And USC with another rebound. Boy, Montana State having a bad start. They are 2 of 12 from the field. Into the left corner for St. Thomas. He fires it into the right corner for Nolings. Takes it into the paint. Kicks it out. Here's Thomas. Topside three. That's good. 5 points for St. Thomas. 27-5 USC with the early avalanche. 9:52 to go first half. Bobcats looking for their third field goal of the day. Jed Miller at the top. Over to Lekalot on the right wing. Back to Miller. Into the left corner. Garacki pumps the three, steps to his left, lets it go. No. Lekalot the rebound. Up, got it to go, but they're going to call the foul before the shot. AG picks up the foul, take the bucket off the board. Cawley and Garacki take a seat. Walker and Mullins into the ball game. Mullins looking to inbound, and he uses another timeout. That's the second time he's had to do that. At First Interstate Bank, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you. Member FDIC. All right, the Bobcats are going to give Jeremiah Davis an opportunity here. We're keeping it here with 9:34 to go in the first half. Trojans leading the Bobcats 27-5. Jeremiah Davis from California as well. He was a JUCO All-American out of Fullerton College. He has not gotten a lot of playing time this season at all. See if he can provide a spark. Davis getting into just his 7th game. He's only played 30 total minutes. But he's a good player. We mentioned it. JUCO All-American. So it's Mullins, Davis, Miller, Lekalot, and Walker on the floor. 9:34 to go, first half. Trojans leading the Bobcats 27-5. Miller to inbound. Gives it to Walker, left baseline. Takes it out to the left wing, gets into the paint, forces it up, got it to go, and one. Slackert picks up his first foul, and Brandon Walker gets it to go. He's got 4 of the 7 points for Montana State today. So Walker trying to complete the three-point play. His free throw is up and good. Walker with 5 of the 8 points for the Bobcats in the first half, trailing 27-8, 9:25 to go first half. USC with the basketball to our right. St. Thomas curls to the elbow, fires into the post, kick back out to the left corner. Slackert curls into the lane, hands it off, and Aggie with a big right-hand jam. Aggie with his 10th point now. Here's a topside three. Mullins can't get it to go. And USC with rebounds. Bobcats 3 of 15 to start, 1 of 5 from downtown. Noling. Handoff down to the left baseline. Aggie picks up the dribble, slings it out to the top. Claude takes it to the left side. Crosses over, steps back, tries a three. That's no good. Long rebound tracked down by USC. Into the paint, Noling spins on Miller, puts it up with the left-hand rimming. No, and the Bobcats get the rebound. All right, they got a bucket and a stop. That's all you can do. Bucket, stop, start stringing it together. Down 29-8. Walker nearly lost it out high. Gives it to Miller with a little help. 8:20 to go, first half. Out to the left wing, here's Mullins. His three ball, no, and a foul. Jeremiah Davis coming in, trying to grab the rebound. First foul on Davis, but Coach Logie applauding the hustle. Tyler Patterson in, Jay Mullins to the bench. 29-8 USC, 8:13 to go, first half. USC with the basketball, they'll go from left to right. Desmond Claude takes it across the timeline, hands it off at the top. Back to Thomas, still at the top of the key. Thomas takes it down to the mid-post to the rack, lays it up, got it to go. Beat his man off the dribble. And St. Thomas picks up where he left off last week. He had a 19-point game against Washington, and today Thomas has 7. Bobcats down 31-8, 7:45 to go first half. Miller working on the left wing. Has the dribble, Miller down to the mid-post. Give it to the left elbow, Walker. He's doubled, lays it up. No, but he draws the foul. And Brandon Walker will go to the line. Clark Slackert picks up his second foul. The Bobcats will have free throws when we come back to First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 7:38 to go first half. Montana State trailing 31-8 at USC. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Hitting the road? When you download the Fuel Forward app, you save up to 20 cents per gallon on your first fill-up at Phillips 66, Conoco, and 76 stations. Because that's what the app does. A simple, straightforward way to keep you moving forward. Fuel Forward. 20 cents is a combined savings of 5 cents every day off per gallon plus an extra 15 cents off per gallon for first-time users up to 30 gallons. Offer valid once for new Fuel Forward app users through 12/31/2024. Participating locations only.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, ooh, pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Back at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 7:38 to go in the first half. Montana State down big. They trail 31-8 against USC. They're doing the Muss Bus Cam, a play on Eric Musselman's last name, the head coach for USC. They developed some ugly Christmas sweaters. They have a big USC bus on it, so that's what they're showing around right now. The Bobcats, they have put some ugly sweaters on today, just 3 of 16 from the field, 1 of 6 from the three-point line. They've been out-rebounded 16-6. They've turned the ball over 5 times today. It's just absolutely nothing has gone right through the first 12 minutes of this ball game. So we'll see if Montana State can find any sort of traction midway through this first half. Jed Miller, Jeremiah Davis, Tyler Patterson in the backcourt. Brandon Walker, Sam Leckalot in the front court right now. The Bobcats getting some free throws here from Brandon Walker. At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. First free throw by Brandon Walker is no good. Bobcats this year shooting 74% from the free throw line. Next shot, that one rims out, no good either. So Montana State now 3 of 16 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, and 1 of 3 from the free throw line. And they have not found a bright spot yet. Slackert fires it into the post for Thomas. Down to the right baseline, skips into the left corner, and it is through the hands of Ogbo and out of bounds. Turnover by USC. Max Ogbong-Polo into the game. Sam Leckalot will take a seat. Montana State from right to left. Jed Miller with the dribble. Guarded tightly by Eloa. Jump pass to Walker. He's got it at the top. Walker puts it on the floor. He's going to the rack with the right hand, lays it up and in. Tough finish by Brandon Walker. He's got 7 of the 10 points for Montana State. It's up at the top. Claude turns the corner down to the right block, kicks it out to the top. This 3 ball is no good. Rebound tipped out, and it is out of bounds. All right, so the Bobcats got a bucket and a stop. It's really just, that's all you can look at right now. Down 31-10, 6:43 to go first half. Get a bucket, get a stop. Tyler Patterson tucking in his jersey. Over on the far right sideline in front of the courtside seats. Get it all dialed in here. And now he's good to go. Patterson inbounds to Jed Miller in the backcourt. Bobcats going from right to left. Miller out on the right wing. Takes it to the top. And now we've got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. Goes on Desmond Claude, his second. That's the 7th team foul on USC, so the Bobcats will get a 1-and-1 with Brandon Walker going back to the line. And now, what do we got? Officials are going to the scores table here. And they're going to go review it. I believe they're going to go find out if it was Brandon Walker, in fact, who was the one who got fouled. So that's what they are checking at the moment over at the scores table to our left. As Montana State trails 31-10 with 6:34 to go in LA. They have finished looking at the monitor. And it was actually Jeremiah Davis who got fouled, so they will switch the shooter.
After review at the line at 0, Jeremiah Davis shooting 1.
So Jeremiah Davis goes to the stripe. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. Davis 5 for 5 at the free throw line so far this year. Playing now in his 7th game. That being his 18th point of the year. Davis dials it up, bends at the knees, puts the shot up, and good. 2 points for Jeremiah Davis off the bench. 31-12, USC leading Montana State. 6:30 to go first half. St. Thomas takes it to the left elbow, kicks it out to the top. Give it over to the right wing for Agee. Into the right corner. Yates back up to Thomas. Thomas crosses over to the right elbow, pulls up with the jumper. Good. St. Thomas continues to stay hot. He's got 9 points. 6:05 to go first half. Cats down 33-12. Walker hands off to Davis. Steps to the left corner. Jeremiah Davis curls into the paint. Stops in the lane. Whistle and travel. Another turnover for Montana State. Davis will take a seat. Pat McMahon back onto the floor. USC with the basketball. They go from left to right. Yates takes it across the timeline. Crosses over to the free throw line. Gets into the paint. Pivots from the B1G logo. His jumper is up and good. Wesley Yates now with 4 points. Both in that same spot on the floor where they've got the big gold B1G painted. Montana State with the ball. Handoff out on the right wing for Brandon Walker. Walker steps through, kicks it out left corner. Extra pass, Ogmunk Polo, his left wing three. Too strong. Walker fighting for the board. And he couldn't get it. And he gets tagged for the foul coming over the back. First foul on Brandon Walker. 5:19 to go first half. Montana State trailing 35-12. Cats are 3 of 16 from the field. USC has taken 6 more shots. They're plus 10 on the glass, the Trojans are. Yates throws out to the right wing for Agee. Handoff for Thomas. Crosses over into the lane, goes to the rack, lays it up, and finished. 11 points for St. Thomas. Under 5 to play first half, USC leading 37-12. Chikanaduka will check in. Brandon Walker out of the right wing, turns the corner down to the right baseline, spins back with the reverse layup, can't finish with a left hand. USC with a rebound. Thomas fires it into the left corner. Here's a drive, layup, no, but a foul. Elohim will head to the line. Ogmon Polo picks up the foul. Real milk is a nutrient-rich product. It contains 13 essential nutrients from vitamin A to zinc, all of which are important for a healthy immune system and overall wellness. That's 13 nutrients with seemingly endless benefits. Reach for milk and make every sip count. Montana State trailing 37-12. Second free throw is lined up. That's no good. Rebound, tipped, loose, and a foul. Going on USC. Good hustle by Pat McMahon. Second foul on Rayshawn Agee. That'll walk the Bobcats all the way down the floor. And we'll head to the line. Bryce Seffer in. Jed Miller takes a seat. Man, just no momentum at all today for Montana State. 3 of 16 from the field. 5 points from Walker, 3 from Ogmon Polo. That's it. Oh, and Jeremiah Davis got a couple of free throws. Here's the free throw from Pat McMahon, and that is good on the front end of the 1-and-1. Josh Cohen checks in. McMahon puts it up and got it to go. So Pat McMahon with a pair of points now. Cats trail 37-14. 4.5 to play in the first half. Here's an open left wing three. That's no good in transition. Offensive board by Yates. He hands it off to Thomas down on the left block. Back it in, runs into a double team, tries to step through and draws the foul. Shot's no good. Thomas will go to the line. Duca picks up his first foul. 4:17 to go first half. And St. Thomas will go to the line. Comes in top 10 to the Big Sky in total assists this year. Had his best game as a Trojan with 19 points last time out against Washington. Thomas pours in the free throw. Karaki in, Patterson to the bench. Get some moisture mopped up on the floor and in the lane. And now St. Thomas will dial it up again. This free throw is good. Montana State trailing 39-14, 4:14 to go first half. Pat McMahon on the left wing, takes it to the top, slings over to Garacki on the left side. Garacki down to the mid-post, draws a triple team, and then throws it out to Ogbong-Polo. He works his way down to the left baseline, and Ogbong-Polo gets the jumper to fall. 5 points now for Max Ogbong-Polo playing his former team. 39-16, 3:45 to go first half. USC with the basketball to our right. Abo moves it around to Yates, into the post. Cohen makes the contested catch, turns around and lays it in. 4 points for Josh Cohen. Pat McMahon gives to Naduka. Naduka turns the corner down to the right block. Throws it out. Ogbong-Polo, left wing three. Missed badly, airballed it, and out of bounds. That takes us to a break. Montana State trailing 41-16 with 3:26 to go in the first half. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com. From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
3:26 to go in the first half. Montana State is trailing at USC 41-16. It's been a tough one so far tonight. USC jumped out to a big early lead, and it just hasn't been their night at all for Montana State. If you're a parent, listen up. A shocking number of Montana teens and preteens vape regularly, so please talk to your kids about vaping. It matters. Get everything you need for a great convo at knowthefactsmt.com. All right, well, let's see if Montana State can get anything going here. They really haven't had anything to build on yet in this game. See if they can get that to change here sooner rather than later. See if you can finish off this first half strongly. Not going to get it all back in one stretch. Just get some buckets and stops. See how long you can string it together for. Mullins, Zephyr, Garacki, Naduka, and Ugbong Polo on the floor for Montana State. USC ready to go from left to right. They inbound it to Yates, and the Trojans are taking it across the timeline and into the offensive set. Thrown up to the top, over to the left wing for Thomas. We got a whistle and an offensive foul. Cohen with an illegal screen. His second foul. Certainly some foul trouble here for USC. Claude, AG, Cohen, and Slackert all have a pair. Montana State from left to right. Zephyr takes it out to the left wing. Bounce pass to Naduka, handoff for Garacki. Back to Naduka, top side. Give it to Ugbong Polo. He tries a top side three. Missed it right. Fight for the rebound, out of bounds. And it's going to USC. Ugbong Polo having a bit of a frustrating night. Does have 5 of the 16 points, but he's missed a couple of shots. USC with the basketball. They go from left to right, leading 41-16. One of the roughest halves of the season for Bobcat basketball. Trojans with it. Handoff to Yates. He puts up a floater in the lane. No good off the inside of the iron, and Naduka has the rebound. Thrown ahead to Zephyr. He takes it into the front court, takes it down to the left block, and backs it out. Zephyr on the drive into the paint, kicks it out to the top. Garacki holds. Bounce pass to the right wing for Naduka. Out to Mullins. Into the left corner for Garacki. Here's a three. That's good. Brian Garacki gets his first three, first points of the game. Garacki had a nice contest against Kansas City last Saturday. It's been over a week since the Cats' last game. Montana State down 41-19, 2:09 to go, first half. Noling, lob into the post, and Thomas made the catch, but he was going out of bounds, so he threw it off Ugbong Polo and out of bounds. He'll stay with USC, heads up play by St. Thomas. We owe you a top of the hour ID. We'll get that to you momentarily. USC lobs it in. Bad pass, and it's out of bounds. The Bobcats have the ball. All right. Got a three and a stop. See if Montana State can get some smoothness and rhythm on the offensive side. Bryce Zephyr has the dribble and takes the ball across the timeline. Zephyr crosses over to the left wing. Lost the handle, but recovers with St. Thomas on the defense. Giving to Mullins. Moves right around the screen into the right corner. Back out to Zephyr. Round to the left wing, Ugbong Polo. Crosses over to the elbow, into the lane, stops, pivots, falls away with a jumper, too strong, and USC has the rebound. Thomas ahead of steam. Euro step into the lane, floats it up, no. Offensive rebound, put back, no. Blocked from behind by Garacki, and then a foul on the third opportunity. So Garacki picks up the foul, his first, and Abo goes to the line. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
First free throw is good. I'm Keaton Gillogly with you from Los Angeles, where Montana State trails 42-19 with 1:28 to go in the first half. Abo hits his first free throw and knocks down his second as well. 8 points for Abo. Bobcats with the ball down 43-19, 1:28 to go first half. Just got to get anything going. Find some modicum of momentum regardless of the scoreboard. And find something to build off of. Bounce pass to Naduka. Kick into the right corner for Garacki. Takes it down to the right baseline. He backs it down, turns away, fall away jumper. Ooh, got it. Dirk Nowitzki looking shot. Ryan Garacki, 5 points. High arcing fall away jump shot with that right leg kicking out. Under a minute to play first half, 43-21 USC. Thomas down to the mid-post left side. Working on Zephyr. Back to the basket. Skip pass into the right corner. Yates makes the catch. Pump fake, steps to his left, and drills the right corner three. Wesley Yates with his first long ball of the day. He's got 7 total points. Montana State down 46-21. Final 35 seconds of the first half. Lecolot lost it. Here comes Noling the other way. Cannot get the dunk, and a foul on Lecolot. Tried to put Lecolot on the poster. Lecolot will avoid it, and he picks up the foul. His second foul. So we'll see a couple of free throws here. First free throw is no good. Final 30 seconds of the first half. USC leading 46-21. All right, here's the free throw. And this is good. Noling with his first point of the day. Shot clock dark, 30 seconds to go first half, 47-21 USC. Bryce Zephyr takes it across the timeline. Bent over the bounce on the SC logo. Still has the dribble. 15 seconds to go first half. Winding it down just a bit. Now 10 seconds to go first half. Bobcats getting their set. Zephyr throws to Garacki at the top. 6. Garacki tries the 3. Way too strong off the glass. Rebound USC. Final second of the first half. Here's a half-court shot. No. Well, that was the bottom. That's the worst half of basketball for the Bobcats so far, as they trail 47-21 against USC. Not much sugar to coat this one. Bobcats down big. See if they can reset, find something, and get something going in the second half. USC 47, Montana State 21 at the break. We'll be back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Bobcat fans, celebrate the blue and gold all season at the Golden Arches with McDonald's new Game Day Bundle. Score big with your crew and pick up a cheeseburger pack with 2 classic cheeseburgers, a satisfying 20-piece McNuggets, and 2 orders of the crispy medium fries you love. All for just $14.99 and only on the app. It's the guaranteed win for your home team. Must opt into rewards at participating McDonald's, valid through the 2024-25 basketball season.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
Back in First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Keaton Gillogly with you from Los Angeles, where it's been an up and down season. It was a down for the first 20 minutes for Montana State. They trail 47-21 at halftime. It was really just not a good looking half. The Bobcats really struggled to shoot the ball. They never really strung together any stops and buckets, and they just were not a good enough team in that first half. That was tough 20 minutes for Montana State, but back in the locker room now, and yeah, sure, tough first half, but if you're Montana State, you got to just regroup and find a way to build some momentum and get something going in the second half. Regardless of the scoreboard, it doesn't really matter. You got to come out and play for some pride, play with some energy, and rise to the occasion, because these are the moments where you can prove what you're made of, you can prove your worth, you can earn more minutes in the rotation if you're closer to the bottom of the minutes distribution. So, yeah, tough first half for Montana State, but a lot on the line in the second half, both for pride and for guys trying to earn some minutes, as the rotation will begin to solidify with just 2 games after this before Big Sky play starts. So, tough first half for the Cats. We'll see if they can bounce back, trailing 47-21 against USC. All right, we'll take another break during the halftime show here. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. The Bobcats down 47-21 at USC. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Loaded tortilla soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded tortilla soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at qdoba.com or in the app.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive 5-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Montana State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Keaton Gillogly back with you at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Montana State trailing 47-21 at halftime. All right, McDonald's delivery of the half for Montana State. I mean, frankly, there really wasn't one. Brandon Walker led the team with 7 points in that first half. He was playing with some energy, but it's pretty easy to stop the Cats offensively in that regard, just with the fact that they were pretty one-dimensional or sometimes zero-dimensional in that first half for Montana State. The Cats hit 2 Wendy's three-pointers. They go 2 of 11 from the three-point line. They had 3 assists on 7 field goals, all assists sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Bobcats, again, were led by Brandon Walker at 7 points. Ogbong Polo had 5, Garacki had 5, and McMahon had 2. For USC, they had 2 players in double figures. St. Thomas had 11, AG had 10, Abo had 8, Yates had 7, and that was about it for USC. The Bobcats shoot 27% from the field. USC shoots 55% from the field. Bobcats dominated on the glass. They got out-rebounded 25-8. Now, part of that is the fact the Bobcats were just missing shots. So when you miss shots the way the Bobcats did in the first half, obviously your opponent's going to have a few more rebounds. But they also had 9 offensive rebounds to 2 for Montana State. So tough night at the office for the Bobcats, but 20 minutes to try to redeem yourself, build some momentum, get a little teaching tape, and get something to carry over into what's going to be a really important game against UC Riverside on Wednesday. I mean, you're in the midst of a 5-game road trip that will include the 2 opening games of Big Sky play the first week of January. So off on the wrong foot, but an opportunity to get back on the right foot when we get to the second half. All right, we're going to step aside. We'll get you caught up on some other scores in just a bit, but first, a timeout. Montana State trailing USC 47-21 at halftime. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Bobcat fans, celebrate the blue and gold all season at the Golden Arches with McDonald's new Game Day Bundle. Score big with your crew and pick up a cheeseburger pack with 2 classic cheeseburgers, a satisfying 20-piece McNuggets, and 2 orders of the crispy medium fries you love. All for just $14.99 and only on the app. It's the guaranteed win for your home team. Must opt into rewards at participating McDonald's, valid through the 2024-25 basketball season. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
Montana State trailing at halftime. They're down 47-21 against USC at the break. We'll see if the Bobcats can get it back going here in the second half. One other Big Sky game tonight. Idaho lost pretty handily at home against UC San Diego, which is 9-2 now. Idaho loses 80-56. That was the only other Big Sky game today. Some lopsided ranked games around the country. Number 3, Iowa State beats Omaha 83-51. And number 12, Oregon beats Stephen F. Austin 79-61. A couple of the NFL scores. Packers leading the Seahawks 17-3. 7 minutes to go in the second half. The most exciting game of the day, Josh Allen had 4 touchdowns as the Bills beat the Lions in Detroit 48-42. Broncos win their 9th game, beating the Colts 31-13. Eagles beat the Steelers 27-13 at home. Cardinals over the Pats 30-17. Bucks beat the Chargers in LA 40-17. Pat Mahomes got hurt despite the Chiefs' 21-7 win in Cleveland. Bengals beat the Titans 37-27. Commanders over the Saints 20-19. Ravens win in New York against the Giants 35-14. Lamar Jackson with 5 passing touchdowns. Cowboys over the Panthers in Carolina 30-14. Jets beat the Jaguars 32-25. And the Texans over the Dolphins 20-12. And for football at the FCS level, semifinals next Saturday. Bobcats host the South Dakota Coyotes at 1:30 p.m. South Dakota in their first semifinal ever for the Bobcats, 4th in the last 5 years. Looking for a berth into the championship game next Saturday. We'll have that call starting at 12:30 back in Bozeman. All right, one more break for the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. When we come back, we'll see if the Bobcats can get it going on the road. It was a bad first half. They trail 47-21 as we get ready for the second half. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. You're listening to Bobcat Football, presented by Learfield.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery. Craft distilling award-winning spirits for over 9 years. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive 5-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Back to Galen Center in Los Angeles. Time for Montana State to show some mettle here. They're down 47-21 as we get ready for the second half of play with the First Interstate Bank broadcast position courtside next to the Bobcat bench. Coach Logie bringing some juice in the huddle right now. I mean, look, that was probably the bottom. That was the worst half for the Cats this season. And now it's about going back to work. I mean, you got to find something to teach off of. You got to find something to build off of, and you got to find something to fight for here if you're Montana State. We'll see if the Bobcats can fight for some pride, make this thing interesting. Can't get it all back in one fell swoop when you're down by 26. But you can start by getting a bucket and getting a stop. Cats have the ball to start the second half, and they will go from left to right. St. Thomas was the leading scorer at 13 points in the first half. Bobcats were led by Brandon Walker at 7. Cats shot just 27% from the field and 2 of 11 from the three-point line while getting out-rebounded 25-8. So we're just about ready to go. TV giving us the go here. Oh, they're going to give us 10 more seconds. So in the meantime, we remind you that serving all your garage door needs is DoorTech. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Also that this game is brought to you by the Montana State Fund, covering Montana's workers with workers' comp and safety know-how. Workplace safety, you're naked without it. More at safemt.com. All right, here we go. Bobcats with the ball down 47-21. We start the second half. Jabe Mullins lobs it into the post for Brandon Walker. He leans in and misses the right-handed layup, a contested shot. USC with a rebound, rushing from right to left, and a foul on Jabe Mullins as Desmond Claude when attacking the rim. So first foul on Jabe Mullins. So Desmond Claude will go to the line. The Connecticut native who played at Xavier, which is in Ohio in the Big East. Actually had surgery on both elbows in the offseason. The first free throw is good. He was the last guy to commit to Coach Musselman and USC. Took a little while for them to kind of get going on the transfer portal. Free throw is good. Well, one of the things they talked about, Musselman and the coaching staff for USC, was it's kind of hard to get that first commit. But once you get a few, then it starts to come along, and it kind of rolls along, but some guys are a little wary when they just don't know what the roster's going to look like before they commit. Into Brandon Walker, left baseline, backing it down, backing in on Yates, gets into the paint, lays it up, and got it to go. Split two defenders, and Brandon Walker opens the scoring for the Cats in the second half. Walker with 9. 19 and a quarter to go in the second half. Montana State down 49-23. Lob over to the right wing for Claude. Chest pass to the top. Yates working on Ogbong Polo into the lane, going to the rack, lays it up and lays it in. That was an easy take by Wesley Yates. 9 points. Pat McMahon quickly the other way, posts it up and finishes with a right hand. That was a confident take by Pat McMahon. He's got 4. Iraqi will check in quickly here. USC handed it off around the perimeter. Cohen gives it off on the right wing. Claude. Chest pass to the left wing. And now a 3, no, but a foul is called as Abo went up for the jumper. Tyler Patterson commits the foul at the 3-point line. First foul for Patterson. And Abo will go to the line. These guys transferred in from Boise State by way of Texas Tech before that. Honorable mention to All Mountain West last year. And they're going to review it to see if he was on the 3-point line or not. So we'll see if this is a 2 or a 3. Is someone you know taking dangerous shots? Opioid addiction can start quietly and take over fast. Know the signs so you can protect your friends and family and connect them to help. Find out how at helpsavelivesmt.org. They are still reviewing it right now. Bobcats, though, at least hit 2 of their first 3 shots offensively. It took them about 12 minutes to get to 2 field goal makes in the first half. They got 2 officials looking at the monitor now, trying to determine if this was a 2 or a 3. And now they have made the decision. Speak into the little microphone to TV. And it is a 2. So they do change the call. First free throw is good. Abo now with 10 points. One of the grad transfers for a team that has 11 total transfers, which is second most in the country. Next free throw is good. Abo hits them both. Montana State with the basketball. They work offensively to our right. Garacki hands it off to Walker, takes it to the elbow, bounce underneath, and Pat McMahon finishes, and he's fouled. There we go. That got the Bobcat bench up off their feet. Josh Cohen picks up his first foul. McMahon was heading to the rim. He was hungry for the rack, and despite getting hammered on the wrists, still had enough strength to finish. So there you go. There's a bucket. Now we'll see if the Cats can get another stop. McMahon puts it up. Missed the free throw. Second half is even, 6 points apiece. 18 and a quarter to go in the ballgame. Montana State down 53-27. USC with the basketball. Yates throws it around to Noling, who takes it to the left wing. Bounce pass to St. Thomas. Skip to the right wing. Yates catches and shoots. The 3-ball too strong. And Walker has the rebound. All right, Cats had a bucket and a stop. Now they take it into the front court. Walker crosses over. Kicks it out to McMahon. Pumps the 3. Steps to the mid-post. Swarm goes up. Got blocked. Picks up the loose ball. Kicks it out to Patterson. Quick trigger 3. Book it. Tyler Patterson into the score sheet. His first 3 points. 53-30. Montana State trailing. 17.5 to go in the second half, but they're +3 in the second half. See if they can get a stop. St. Thomas throws to Noling around to the left wing. Yates fires to the top. Here's a 3. Abo missed it. Rebound tipped by McMahon to Walker. The Cats trying to push the tempo. Walker out to the left wing. Handoff for Jay Mullins on the left sideline. Back to Walker out high in the left corner. Spins into the lane, going to the rack with the right hand, lays it home. Tough finish by Brandon Walker, who's into double figures with 11. All right. That's 2 buckets and a stop. 53-32, 17 minutes to go in the game. Yates into the mid-post. Fires it away on the left block. No good. Fight for the rebound. Oh, it's out of bounds. Little hot potato. Brandon Walker just didn't have enough to stick him in the midst. Kind of tipped it to himself. I mean, there's nothing you can do. Sometimes that happens. Just bounces out of your hands as you're trying to corral it. So USC will get another look. Inbound out to the top. Hauled in by Agee. Give it to Yates. To the free throw line for St. Thomas. Backing down on Tyler Patterson. St. Thomas steps in and finishes with the right hand. 15 points for St. Thomas. That's a heck of a finish. 55-32, 16 and a half to go in the second. Here's Garacki. Right wing three is up. No, in and out. And USC has the rebound. Long pass ahead. Agee to the rack. Missed it. Garacki was there with the contest in transition. Now Tyler Patterson has the dribble, pestered by Yates near the half-court line. Give it to Garacki. Handoff for Pat McMahon on the left side. Up the top for Walker. Bobbled. Has the dribble. Walker on the drive. He's going to the cup. Had it stripped free. USC coming the other way. St. Thomas on the drive. Bounce pass underneath. Miscommunication, but recovered by USC. Up to Agee at the top. Out to Thomas. Down to the left baseline. Pump fake. Layup. Rimming. Yes. Matt Nolan got it to go. 57-32 USC. 15:35 to go in the second half. Mullins into the mid-post. Spins to the right shoulder with the off-balance left-handed hook shot. No. Too strong off the glass. No good. USC the rebound. Trojans into the front court. Yates into the paint. Fall-away jumper. Left it short. Ooh, and Brandon Walker with a nice rebound. Bobcats from left to right. Walker into the lane. Whistle and a blocking foul. Take the jump shot off the board. Blocking foul on Agee, who gives a steely stare to the official. And that'll take us to a timeout. All right, Bobcats are +1 in the second half, but down 57-32 overall. 15 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the ballgame. Back after this to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
It was a nice spring day, so I decided to do a little work around the house. I didn't think anything of it. I've dug 1,000 holes 1,000 times until I hit a shallow gas line. The repair cost me over $5,000, and in one fell swoop, the family vacation was kaput. I know I'm not the only one, but it still hurts. Next time I'm calling 811 before I dig.
Learn from Jerry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
Back to First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Montana State trailing 57-32 with 15 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the second half. Join Champs New Kids Club, presented by Billings Clinic Bozeman. Your $40 membership fee gets you game tickets, Bobcat gear, and more. Sign up today at msubobcats.com/Champs Kids Club. Bobcats with the basketball. They'll inbound underneath their own hoop. Montana State trying to find a little momentum. Trailed by 26 the half. They're +1 in the second half. Just waiting to come back from the television break. now we're good to go. Zephyr to inbound. Lobs it in, and B.J. Cawley dunks it home. The alley-oop. B.J. Cawley, his first 2 points. The Bobcats down 57-34 with the ball, 15 minutes to go in the second half. All right, a little momentum, just a smidge, not a ton. Not going to get over the top here, but coming out hungry in the second half. Into the post, down to St. Thomas on the right block, goes up through 2 defenders and finishes. 17 points for St. Thomas against his former Big Sky foes. Bryce Zephyr with the dribble. And a whistle and a foul. And it's Desmond Claude who was guarding the bigger B.J. Cawley. Third foul on Claude. The Bobcats will inbound. .34 to go in the game. 59-34, USC in front. Inbounds from Zephyr on the baseline. Gets it into the right wing. Garacki for 3. Short. USC with the rebound. Trojans moving it from right to left. Claude along the left sideline. Slows to the left wing. Goes up to AG at the top of the key. Big bodied forward. Way out high. Gives it to the left corner. Claude pivoting. Now with the righty dribble into the mid-post. Spins into the lane. Hands off to Thomas. Cut back door. Missed the layup. Bobcats the rebound. And they're hustling. Pat McMahon in transition to Garacki. To the rack. Lays it up. No. Oh, he was going to dunk it. Got bumped by Yates. No call. USC coming the other way. AG underneath. Lays it up. That's no good. Rebound tipped out. Won by USC. Pump fake. Clawed up and fouled. Pump fake got Pat McMahon his second. Boy, that transition attempt by Brian Garacki, oh man, looked like he got poked. So tough call there for the Bobcats. Claude at the line. The first free throw is good. Boy, that would have been a big momentum-grabbing dunk by Garacki. Right now, still even in the second half. Claude puts this one up and in. 8 points for their point guard, Desmond Claude, who averages almost 14 a game. 14 minutes left here with Montana State trailing 61-34. Jed Miller to the top. He's open. Here's a 3. It swirls home. Jed Miller in a homecoming. Rains home a 3. He's got a lot of friends and family here. That one feels good. 61-37, USC in front, 13.5 to go in the game. Trojans with the ball in the home whites. AG on the left wing, bounces down to St. Thomas, who just rolled his ankle on that last possession. Trying to back it down, the double team comes, fires into the post. Pass was tipped, and the Cats steal it away. Montana State coming the other way. Garacki sets it up, gives to Miller at the top. Cawley to Miller. Miller goes to Zephyr on the left wing. Bounce down to Cawley, left baseline. Hand off for Miller at the top. Crossing over on the left wing, Miller. Steps inside the arc and kicks it back out. 10 to shoot. Here's Garacki. He drives and is fouled. Fouled on the floor by Matt Noling. His second. 12:59 to go in the second half. Montana State trailing 61-37. Just got to keep chipping away here. Keep finding a way to get a bucket, get a stop. Zephyr down to the baseline. Into the left corner, Garacki. Pumps the 3, now curls into the paint. Pivoting, bounce down low, and it is stolen. Long pass ahead. AG trying to run in transition. Euro step into the lane, has to kick it out as the Bobcats do a good job of getting back. Up the top. Noling had it taken away. Sam Leckelot with the steal. Cats have numbers to Miller. Transition left wing 3. No. Rebound out of bounds. Should be staying here, and it is. The Bobcats will keep it. Good transition look for Jed Miller. Just didn't fall. Bobcats 2 for 5 from the three-point line of the second half. Sponsored by Wendy's. Zephyr to inbound to the baseline. Giving it down to the right baseline for Ogbong Polo. Ogbong Polo with the dribble. Down to Cawley. Contested catch. Finger rolled. No! Oh, he left it just short. USC rushing the other way. Into the lane. Layup. No, but a foul. Foul on the Bobcats. Ogbong Polo picks up his second. So that sends USC to the line. There's Desmond Claude going to the stripe. Gotten there a lot. Came in with 56 free throw attempts. He's 4 for 4 in the second half alone, but he misses that one. Now 4 for 5. Claude again. And that one rims home. So Desmond Claude now has 9 points. Cats down 62-37, 12:20 to go in the ball game. Cats still +1 in the second half. Zephyr down to the lane, puts up an off-balance runner, no good. That was a tough angle. USC with a rebound. Claude rushes the other way, throws back up the top. AG tries an open three, rimming, no. Zephyr the rebound. Pushed ahead to the left sideline for Jed Miller. Crosses over, gives it to Ogbong Pole at the top. He tries a three, way too strong. Lekalot the long rebound. Out to Miller, back to Lekalot. Drives to the left corner, backing it down, kicks it out. Ogbong Polo crosses over, spins into the paint, puts up a runner. That's no good. Rebound out of bounds, staying with Montana State. We'll step aside. Montana State hanging pretty even in the second half so far, but a lopsided score with 11:41 to go in the second half. USC 62, Montana State 37. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, mobile banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats!
Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Montana State trailing 62-37 with 11:41 to go in the ball game. Hey, Bobcat fans, your support through the Bobcat Collective powers NIL opportunities for our Bobcat student athletes, helping them thrive on and off the field. Join today and make a real impact. So Montana State trailing at USC. They really held their own in their first two meetings against Big Ten opponents, but today has not been that day. Cats are +1 in the second half. Their defense has stepped up a bit. They've held USC without a field goal in the last 3 minutes. But Montana State hasn't been able to make it count as they've hit just one of their last 8 shots. Jed Miller at the baseline, ready to inbound here. Just waiting on TV to tell us okay. And now we get approval for some hoops. Still waiting for it. There we go. All right, now Jed Miller ready to inbound. Miller looking. Still looking. Gives it to Cauley on the right baseline. Handoff for Ogbong Polo, looking for room against St. Thomas. Backing it into the lane. Pivoting. Throws over to Cauley, who hands it off to Jed Miller beyond the arc. Miller turns, kicks it out. Lekalot pumps the three, steps to his left, lets it go, left it short, out of bounds. And it'll be USC basketball. Brandon Walker will get ready to check back in. He leads the Cats with 11 points on 5 of 10 shooting. He has 5 of the 14 field goal makes for Montana State today. MSU 2 of 7 from 3 in the second half. Here's Yates trying a 3. That's no good. Thomas grabs the weak side rebound. And up underneath. And Agee got stripped. Bobcats force the steal. Ogbong Polo along the left sideline steps into the left wing. The jumper for 3 is no good. USC has the rebound. Throw in the head. Thomas into the left corner. Yates works down the left baseline. Handoff underneath. Stolen away again. Max Ogbong Polo with the steal. 4th steal of the day for Montana State. Cats forcing a few turnovers. Trailing 62-37 with 10:35 to go in the game. Zephyr steps into the paint. Pump fake. Handoff underneath. Cauley lets the traffic clear and lays it in. Great patience by B.J. Cauley. He's got 4 points. USC with the ball into the front court. Claude has the dribble at the top. Takes it to the right wing, crosses over into the paint, puts up the runner, rimming and good. Desmond Claude with 11. We're at the midway point of the second half. Cats down 64-39. Cats are +1 in the second half. Pass is stolen by the diving Agee. What an effort. Oh, Agee is hurt. Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. Down to the left block. Layup is no good. He is hurt badly. That is a bad ankle injury. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's a cramp. Oh, thank goodness. That looked so much worse in the moment. It's a cramp. He did not have that leg moving, and it looked like it was a bad ankle injury. It's a cramp. That is a relief. Good for Agee. All right. Montana State with the ball. It's after Claude had the layup, give him 13 points. Bobcats into the front court. They trail 66-39, 9:40 to go, second half. Handoff for Miller at the top. Over to Ogbong Polo on the right wing. And he draws the foul on St. Thomas. First foul on Thomas. Like a lot, bounce pass is kicked. Stay with Montana State. Matt Noling leaping up and not kicking it away. The transfer from Yale. Like a lot will do it again. Gets it into Jeremiah Davis up at the top. Davis pulls up at the right elbow. His jumper is blocked, and he's fouled. Ooh. Foul on Kevin Patton Jr., his first. So Jeremiah Davis will head to the line. Bobcat basketball is brought to you in part by Kendall Ford Lincoln of Bozeman, a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on a perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great. First free throw is good for Jeremiah Davis. 3 points for Davis today. Getting a little more run, a little earlier run. Back in his home state of California. Next free throw is good. 4 points for Jeremiah Davis. 9:33 left of the ball game. Montana State trailing 66-41. Claude cruises up to the top of the key. Takes it over to the right wing. Picks up the dribble. Chest pass to the left wing. Agbo works it down into the paint. Throws down to the left baseline. And a foul away from the ball. Ogbong Polo picks up his third. USC will inbound on their own baseline. Lob out to the top. Patton tries a flat-footed three, and it's good. Close out enough. Second three of the year for Kevin Patton Jr. 9 minutes remaining in the game, 69-41, USC leading. Lecolot down to the mid-post, bounce to Jeremiah Davis in the lane, turns the corner down to the left block, spins, fall away baseline jumper, no. Contested jumper, no good. USC the rebound. Patton steps into a topside three. That's short. Jeremiah Davis skies for the rebound, trying to bring some energy off the bench as he tries to work his way up the rotation. Up to the top. Miller gives it to Walker on the left elbow. Walker spins down to the mid-post, gets inside between two defenders, lays it up. No, but he draws the foul. Kevin Patton Jr. picks up his second. Brandon Walker will go to the line. Know what's below. Tap, click, or call 811 before you dig. Brought to you by Montana, 811.org. First free throw is good. A dozen for Walker today. Walker will line up his second. And that is good. So Walker hits both of them. That's a good side. He's now 3 for 5 from the free throw line. 69-43 USC in front. 8.25 to go in the game. Thomas throws over the left corner. Back up to Thomas on the left side. Picks up the dribble. Overhead pass in the post. Noling puts up a little hook shot. That's no good. Fight for the rebound. Walker on the ground with it, and he gets rid of it to Jed Miller. Good hustle by Brandon Walker. A little slow to get up, but he's all right. Boy, he was in a wrestling match. Here's Miller. Gives Togbong Polo on the right wing. Spins down to the mid-post. And he got stripped as he went up for the jump shot. St. Thomas with the steal. Bounce ahead, going to the rack. Layup is good. Abo, easy lay-in for his 12th point. Into the left corner. And Davis draws the foul. Jalen Shelley picks up the foul. We pick up a break. For the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, 7:31 to go in the ball game. USC 71, Montana State 43. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot party, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives. The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
Town Pump is a proud sponsor of the Brawl the Wild rivalry series between Montana State University and the University of Montana. It's all sports all season long. Look for special Brawl the Wild promotions at your local Town Pump. Montana State down 71-43. It has not been the Cats' night. Shoot 31% from the field, 4 Wendy's three-pointers. Cats have 8 assists on 15 makes. All assists sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. That was a tough first half. Bobcats are -2 in the second half at least, so got a few things to build off of potentially here in the second half. Also, Jeremiah Davis getting a little more run than he usually does. And maybe getting a chance to work his way up the depth chart a little bit. That's what this second half really is about for Montana State. Find some momentum, get something to feel good about, and for some guys to try to move up in the allotment of minutes, which will be hotly contested for once Big Sky play begins. First free throw with Jeremiah Davis at the line, and it is good on the front end of the 1-and-1. Davis now has hit 5 free throws in 5 attempts today. They'll have another one. That is good. He's 6 for 6 today. That makes him 10 for 10 on the season. 71-45, Montana State trailing, 7:25 to go in the third quarter. And now foul. Brian Karaki.
Second personal, 16 foul. Game for choice number 32, Mark Slacker. Places Pat Foley.
USC will inbound underneath their own basket. Claude looking to get it in. A lob out to the right wing. The catch is made. Albo moves it up to the top. Slacker with a chest pass into the left corner. Right-handed dribble into the paint. Left-handed jumper is good. Galen Shelley with his first 2 points today. He's got 4 on the season. Montana State with the ball. Garacki gives to Jay Mullins. Hand off to Brandon Walker. Out to the top. Walker down to the right block. Pump fake, lays it up. No, but he did draw the foul. And that thing sat on the rim for a moment or 3. Eventually fell away. Jalen Shelley picks up the foul. And Brandon Walker will go to the line. Bobcat basketball presented in part by your locally owned and operated McDonald's restaurants. Download the app and earn free food. Order from anywhere and even skip the line with convenient curbside pickup. This free throw is no good from Brandon Walker. Bobcats are 11 of 15 from the stripe today. Next shot. That one is good. Splits the pair. 14 points for Brandon Walker today. 73-46. Montana State is trailing with 6:45 to go in the game. Claude works his way down into the paint, goes up with the right hand, high off the window and in. 15 points for Desmond Claude. Mullins to Walker, into the lane, going to the cup, lefty layup, missed it off the side of the backboard. And the rebound is grabbed by USC. Claude at the top. Takes it into the paint, pivots, and lost it. So we got a whistle. And they call a foul on Jeremiah Davis, his second. Chikunaduka into the game. Bobcats have gone deep today. One and one for Claude. He hits the front end. Guy who's the Big East most improved player from a year ago at Xavier. Big body point guard at 6'6". Free throw is good. 6 1/4 to go in the game. USC leading 77-46. Mullins into the right corner. Hand off for Garacki on the right wing. Takes it into the post. Goes to the rack. Missed the layup. And the Trojans have the rebound. Slacker with a head of steam. Pulls up mid-post. Jumper no. Left it well short. Fight for the rebound. And Brian Garacki comes out of traffic with it. Garacki across the half-court line. Working at the top. Hands it off for Jed Miller. Gives it to Duca near the right elbow. Pivoting, lobs down to Miller. He's by himself, lays it up and lays it in. Good action there by the Cats offense. 5 points for Jed Miller in the homecoming. 77-48, Trojans leading with 5:30 to go in the game. Montana State -3 in the second half. Claude into the lane, spins, floater, good. Desmond Claude has been eating good in the neighborhood today. He's got 19 points. Miller out on the right side. Bounce to Naduka. Turns down to the mid-post right side. Bounce pass to Jeremiah Davis. Bobbles the pass, but recovers as he was in traffic. Now Davis into the lane with the lefty dribble. Hop stop, bounce pass. Naduka in the post, turns, blocked from behind. Abo took it out of his hands. Abo the other way. Handoff at the top. Shelley with a three. That's no good. Garacki the rebound. 79-48 USC. 4:40 to go in the game. And a foul on Shelley, his third. Grab Garacki. 4:41 to go. And Brian Garacki heading to the line. Intermountain Health, formerly known as SCL Health in Big Sky Country, is proud to be an official health partner of Montana State Athletics. Garacki's free throw is rimming and good. Harrison Hornery checking into the game, the Australian native, but went to high school here in LA at Mater Dei. He was the only guy who was the holdover after the coaching change last year. Garacki misses the free throw, so he splits the pair. 6 points for Brian Garacki this evening. 30-point lead for USC. 4:30 to go in the game. Claude into the paint. Had it stripped. Chika Naduka with the steal. Gets ahead to Jeremiah Davis. Out to Bryce Zephyr on the left wing. Zephyr works his way into the paint. Hands off. Naduka rises, lays it up, and got it to go. Good vision by Bryce Zephyr. The assist sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. First 2 points for Chika Naduka. Final 4:05 of the ball game. 79-51 USC in front. Pass up top. Knocked away by Mullins. Gets on the floor in the backcourt. Tips it to Davis. He goes to the cup. Lays it up. No, but he draws the foul. Harrison Hornery picks up the foul. We pick up a break. For the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 3:54 to go in the game. USC 79, Montana State 51. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
It's easy not to think about food security when there's food on the table. But right now, 1 out of 10 Montanans is hungry.
When families don't have adequate access to nutritious food, that takes a very real toll on people's health.
This is why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana partners with Montana Food Bank Network.
Our interest at Blue Cross is we want the state, whether they're a member or not, to have adequate supply, access, composition of the food that they're able to get.
Learn more at bigblueskyinitiativemt.com.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
Back at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, Montana State is trailing 79-51 against USC with 3:54 to go in the ball game. This thing got off on the wrong foot. Bobcats, though, -2 in the second half. Curious to see if there's anything that Coach Flogi wants to coach off of in the second half. Up next for Montana State, they're at UC Riverside on Wednesday night. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. We'll be on the air at 7:30. And then TCU the following Sunday. That one at noon Mountain Time on the air at 11:30. And then Big Sky play begins January 2nd at Idaho. At Idaho at Eastern. Cats play for their first 6 on the road. And 5 of their first 8 on the road in Big Sky play, so they'll finish with a home-heavy schedule. It all evens out, I promise. Jeremiah Davis knocks down the free throw. 7 points for J.D. He'll do it again. Oh, yeah, top of the hour ID here momentarily. Free throws up and good. 8 points for Jeremiah Davis, all at the free throw line. He is 8 for 8 at the stripe and 12 for 12 on the season. Cats trailing 79-53 against the Trojans. 3:47 to go in the game, and a bad pass is out of bounds. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
Bobcats with the ball, and Bryce Zephyr with a slip. He travels and turns it over. Keaton Gillogly with you from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 3:35 to go in the game. Montana State trailing 79-53. Bryce Pope checks in. Transfer from UC San Diego. Scored 1,600 points at UC San Diego, and now playing limited time off the bench. Handoff out on the left wing. Toss up to the top of the key. Hornery throws around to the top. Breaking it down into the lane. Back out to the left wing. Hornery tries a three. That's too strong, and Jeremiah Davis has the rebound. Thrown ahead. Naduka in transition lays it in. That's a heck of a pass by Jeremiah Davis. He's been one of the bright spots today down the stretch. We'll see if that earns him a little earlier entry into some games the rest of the week. Slackert, off-balance runner. That was a bad shot. Bobcats with a rebound. Montana State into the front court. 2:50 remaining. 79-55 USC. Zephyr, step back right wing three. Nope, too strong. And the rebound grab by USC. Now quickly the other way, lefty layup is good. Elohim with the layup. Bobcats into the front court. Jay Mullins has it at the top. Drives to the right wing, takes it to the elbow, pulls up with a runner, well short. And USC has the rebound. Boy, that hit the outside of the net. There's a drive, and it's lost, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here with USC. 2:17 remaining in the game. So Bobcats will get a chance to go back to work on Wednesday. They're going to stay kind of in the Santa Monica area tomorrow. Practice over at LMU, then head to Riverside on Tuesday for the Wednesday game. Lob in as USC goes to work. And then flying out to Dallas on Friday. And a foul by Bryce Zephyr. Get an NBA game in, get a Lakers game in while they're here on Thursday. So getting a chance to do a few different things. Meanwhile, the women's team, Coach Binford, coming in at 7-2. They've got Florida Gulf Coast tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Daniel Sally will be on the call at 3:45. Front end of the 1-1 is good. And then he's got Presbyterian College down in Puerto Rico, December 19th on the Thursday. That went at 8:30 in the morning, Mountain Time. Puerto Rico's in Atlantic Time, so another hour ahead of Eastern Time. A free throw is no good. Montana State into the front court. Final 2 minutes of this one, trailing 82-55. Jed Miller working out at the top. Takes it into the lane, kicks out to Davis. Drives the right baseline, gets in deep. Handoff for Chika Naduka. He goes up, can't finish through contact. Got his own rebound. Naduka kicks it out to Miller, to Davis. Tries the right corner three. Too strong. And the rebound to USC. Kick out to the left wing. Pope with the three. That's good. 1:30 remaining, 85-55, USC in front. Cats -4 in the second half, so they at least kind of stop the bleeding, especially as USC has called off the dogs. Bobcats don't really have kind of those secondary level guys. Almost everybody on the bench can, be a contributor. Foul on USC. Clark Slackert picks up the foul. And Chika Nduka will go to the line.
At line 23, Chika Nduka, shooting 2 free throws.
2 free throws here for Chika. First free throw is good. Cats are 16 of 21 from the free throw line and 11 of 14 in the second half, so that's a good number. They'll do it again. That free throw swirls off, no good. USC the rebound. Final 70 seconds of this one, 85-56 USC in front. Hornery throws into the post, down to the left block. Now backing down, Shelley kicks it out to the top. Here's Pope on the drive, and his finger roll is good. Final 50 seconds, Bobcats with the ball. Down 87-56. Zephyr to Miller on the right wing. Thought about a three, turned it down, picks up the dribble, gives to Nduka, right baseline. Down to Miller, underneath, kicks it out. Davis gives to Patterson, around to Zephyr at the top. Goes right around to screen. Crosses over to the free throw line with 7 to shoot. Kick out to Davis, here's a three, book it. Jeremiah Davis from the left corner. And then a foul on USC as Chika Nduka ended on the floor. Foul on Elohim.
Technical foul called on the number 2, Isaiah Elohim.
So Nduka will go to the line. They're calling a technical on it, too. That's Jen Miller, rather, going to the line. First is good. Jen Miller hitting some of those key free throws in the Big Sky tournament run last year. Hits them both here. So he hits him in the highest of pressure situations in postseason and the lowest of pressure situations. 31 seconds to go, 87-61. Montana State is trailing. Bryce Zephyr inbounds it. Zephyr looking. Gets it to Nduka. Out to Zephyr in the right corner. Drives the baseline, draws a double, kicks it out. Davis splits the double team, gets into the paint, pulls up with a jumper, and it swirls out. Ooh. Caught the inside of the iron. Shot clock is off. Into the lane. Shelley lays it up, and it's good. I don't think Musselman wanted him to go for that. Bobcats the other way. Final 10 seconds. Down 89-61. Zephyr into the lane, to the rack. Lays it. Good and one. Bobcats playing to the finish line. 8 seconds left. Down 89-63. Zephyr now with 4 points. Trying to complete the three-point play. This free throw is up. And no good. All right, that'll do it. Not the Cats' night. They lose 89-63 against USC. We'll take a break from First Interstate Bank broadcast position. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
Bobcats fall today 89-63 at USC. Struggled to shoot early. Had a couple of moments in the second half, but overall tough night for the Cats. They fall to 5-6, while USC improves to 7-4, and it looks like USC has kind of figured themselves out. All right, we got plenty to get to. We got to take a break. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Hi, I'm Bill Coffey, CEO of Stockman Bank. As a family-owned and operated community bank, we are focused only on serving the people, businesses, and communities of Montana. And now we are proud to be named one of the world's best banks by Forbes. We thank our customers for the trust you have put in us to meet your financial needs. If you don't know us, stop by and discover the difference at Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking, member FDIC.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Bobcat Basketball has been brought to you by DoorTech, raising the door on quality, Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, this is Bobcat Postgame.
Welcome to the Ribbon Chop House post-game show. Ribbon Chop House, home of premium steaks, fresh seafood, award-winning baby back ribs, all served in a casual atmosphere. So tough night for the Cats. They fall 89-63. Brandon Walker led the team with 14 points. Jeremiah Davis had 11. He went 8 for 8 from the free throw line and had some decent minutes there, but this thing just, it got off on the wrong foot and never got going at any point in time for Montana State. So this was a tough one today. It was an awful start. Montana State fell behind 18-2 in the first 7 minutes, and they were stuck on 5 points. until midway through the first half. So the Cats were down 27-5 at the 10-minute mark, and it was just that was kind of the story of the game today. So tough situation for the Cats, but you got to flush it, get back to work. UC Riverside is up next. It's going to be an important game on Wednesday night. We'll talk to Coach Logie in a bit, but first a break on the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Montana State falls today 89-63 against USC. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
I wanted to put up a fence to protect my tomato plants. So I grabbed this, and then I did this. But instead of yielding a big crop, I hit a utility line and had to pay $1,200 in repairs. I didn't just lose my pride and joy, I could no longer afford the new stovetop I'd been saving up for. Next time, I'm going to make my free call to 811 before I dig.
Learn from Curry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery. Craft distilling award-winning spirits for over 9 years. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
Back of the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Montana State falling today 89-63. Keaton Gillogly joined now by head coach Matt Logie. Coach, not what you wanted to see tonight. Take me back to the start of this game. What got this game off on the wrong foot today?
Yeah, first you got to credit USC. I thought they came out with tremendous energy, and pressured us well at the beginning of the game. We missed a couple things at the rim, and then just couldn't really get our footing. We certainly can play much better than we did tonight. USC was a big part of that, and we've just got to learn quickly the lessons from this and get prepared for UC Riverside. I thought our guys fought, and our goal in the second half was to win the second half. Came out of that tied, we just didn't execute well enough. Didn't do our jobs well enough. Weren't prepared for their pressure well enough. So a lot of areas for all of us to grow.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of touched on it there. I mean, it's a tough thing in halftime after that start to the game, but how did you feel like the team fought in that second half and trying to bounce back and have something to build on?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing we were trying to do in the second half was just play like Montana State, move the ball, do our jobs defensively, be disciplined on the scout-specific things. That's what got us in the hole in the first place. I thought our response was solid, but obviously, we came here to compete and win, that took its toll when you go on the road against good teams, similar to Wichita State. You got to start well, and first 4 to 8 minutes we just couldn't get our engine going.
All right, well, get another opportunity against Riverside on Wednesday. Coach, appreciate the time.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, we'll take a break. Montana State falling today 89-63 against USC. We'll be back after this on the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service,